The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Pit Life BBQ podcast. Join us around the pit as we talk all things barbecue. Now here is your host, Johnnie Mags.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Pit Life BBQ podcast, coming to you live from the Studio 21 Podcast Café in Salem, New Hampshire. What's up, Chrissy?
What's going on, Johnnie Mags?
We're spending a lot of time together today.
I know. People will talk.
Like we had told you, we mentioned last week.
Yeah.
Today is a recorded episode.
Yeah. We recorded it last week. Yeah.
Well,
So we're technically live right now.
Technically we're live.
We're not broadcasting.
But if I don't shout you out, don't take offense because technically I can't see the chat.
Shout out to all of you that are here listening and watching right now.
And when this is everyone's watching, I hope you're having a great time with your parents.
I'm probably with my parents right now.
You will be.
Something.
That's right.
Who knows?
And that's why we're doing this right now.
I know. Thanks.
So, no problem. So without any further, let's get into it. Today's brought to you by
Uncle Steve's Shake, the number one bestest tasting shake on the planet. Uncle Steve's Shake are made with all the finest ingredients, well, only the finest ingredients. We have 15 amazing, this is what happens when I close down the commercial break from last episode, people. I lost the read. Here we go. Let's try that again. Today's show is brought to you by Uncle Steve's Shake, the number one best tasting shake on the planet. Uncle Steve's Shake is handmade, hand-measured, hand-mixed, and hand-packed. It comes in the 15 amazing flavors, including the newest additions this year have been the CJ West Coast Shake, the Texas Cajun, and the brand spanking new All-American SPG, which is no sugar, no MSG, vegan and keto friendly. Personally, I don't care about any of that, but if you do, that's the one for you right there. No matter what you're eating, Uncle Steve has a shake for it. He also has a sauce, my personal favorite, the sauce with no name with all its barbecue peppery goodness. If you have any questions, Uncle Steve has great customer service to help you with all your shake needs. Go to UncleSteveShake.com to order your shakes today. Also on the website there, you're going to find some fantastic shake tips and recipes. You'll be amazed at just how versatile Uncle Steve's shakes are. And while you're online, head on over to Facebook and join Uncle Steve's Shake Nation to stay up to date with all the latest creations made using Uncle Steve's shakes, and maybe even share some of your own. It's time to step up your backyard barbecue and your competition barbecue game, people. With Uncle Steve's Shake, shake some on everything.
Today also brought to you by Two Guys Smoke Shop and TwoGuysCigars.com. Whether I'm barbecuing or not, I always keep the smoke rolling thanks to my friends at TwoGuysCigars.com. Today I am still smoking the Bandolero 60 Series C.
Wow.
Thanks to that's how long it lasts, a whole
week.
That's a hell of a smoke. Now that's worth every penny.
There you go.
Thanks to my friends at TwoGuysCigars.com, I get to smoke some of the best cigars in the world, and so can you. Just visit TwoGuysCigars.com for your perfect barbecue companion. That's the number 2, GuyCigars.com.
Today's show also brought to you by Magna Chef Gloves. Whether you're the family grill master or a professional pit master, quality tools make it easier for you to be your best on the grill. Longtime firefighter and founder of Magna Chef, Alan Fontaine knows a thing or two about fire management. He designed the Magna Chef gloves and the Freedom Barbecue gloves for you to be able to get in and out of fast. With the magnetic swivel plates, you can easily slip in and out of these gloves. They're going to keep your hands cool and allow you to cook and grill safely. No more getting stuck in hot gloves. Is that a thing? I know I say that in the read. Is that people get stuck in hot gloves? I'm pretty sure I pulled it off the website, so there you go.
I guess it could. Technically, you get the wrong one. It could melt on you.
Ooh, okay. These ones won't do that. So depending on your glove preference, Magna Chef has 2 fantastic options for you. The classic Magna Chef barbecue glove, made of food-grade silicone, web fit for a firmer grip, dishwasher safe, one size fits all, heat rated to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, and comes in 5 awesome colors. I said the right word that time. And your second option is the Freedom Barbecue gloves, 5-finger flexible and pliable grip. 14-inch long cuff to protect your forearms, made of heat-resistant neoprene, heat-rated up to 932 degrees Fahrenheit. These gloves are going to help extend your time over that fire. Both styles of Magna Chef gloves are great for barbecue and kitchen use, so head on over to magnachef.com today. That's MAGNE chef.com, and order yourself a pair of both kinds today. At the checkout, make sure you use the promo code FREEDOMLIVES for 10% off your order. Magna Chef barbecue gloves, master the fire. Freedom barbecue gloves, take a stand, free your hand.
Also brought to you by CustomCuttingBoardsRS.com. Ian Hemming out of Magnolia, Texas, is building, creating, producing, whatever you want to call it, what I'd consider the Yeti of cutting boards. These boards take an absolute beating. From the dishwasher board, which is your standard countertop board, to the absolutely massive 18 by 36 inch brisket board, and the pizza board for that perfect even slice every time. All boards are UV protected, coated. Deep lip reservoirs to catch all that juicy goodness. The rubber grips on the bottom, so even on a wet surface, the boards will not slip on you.
Nope.
Multicolors available. Multicolor combinations available. Engraving available. Check them out at CustomCuttingBoardsRS.com. And when you do, tell them I sent you. That's CustomCuttingBoardsRS.com. The letter R, us.com. All right, let's get going. I am excited to talk to one of my brothers making his return to the show. You know him formerly from Aim 'em and Claim 'em Smokers, now Texas Made Smokers on YouTube. And we will be talking about his new venture today. Ladies and gentlemen, easy for me to say. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome James Pavia. Brother James.
What's up, Brother Mags?
How's
it going, man?
Good.
It's so good to see you again.
Oh, it's great to see you. How is everything, brother? Good?
Hey, listen, if I was any better, I'd be you.
Hey, I hear you there. I hear you. It's tough. It's tough. Oh man, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for the invite.
Tonight. I definitely wanted to do it because I had caught you live last week, I believe it was, or the week might have been the week before, and you were making a few announcements. I'm like, ooh, we got to get James back on and go into this a little deeper. But we'll get to that in a second. But first, just to catch everybody up, please give us a quick rundown for anybody who doesn't know you, who you are, your barbecue journey, and how you got to where you're at today.
So, like you said, name is James Pavia from born and raised in Austin, Texas boy. And currently living in just outside of Austin. It's the only place I've ever lived, the only place I want to ever live. Can't find a better state in the union, I'll tell you what. When it comes to barbecuing, so of course, being from Texas, we barbecue our whole lives growing up. It's just what you do. The family would come over and everyone would bring meats and stuff and cook. So, barbecue has always just been something that we did growing up. I got into the competition scene actually January of 2015. So I'm about 8.5 years in now into competition barbecue. Traveled all over the state competing. Had the opportunity to travel a little bit outside of it, which has been great, man, to meet the people that I've been able to meet. Two of my idols in the barbecue world, to be able to meet them, cook with them, call them friends. Man, it's opened up doors that I couldn't have even imagined. Right. So, been doing that. And then of course I do a lot of like cooking on the side, catering, stuff like that. So still competing, and now it's time, I think, for me to do a little venturing out and change some things up. I don't know that I want to get out of the comp world completely just yet, because there are some things I'd like to accomplish there still. But venturing down a new road and, doing my own thing now. I will be opening up my own barbecue trailer soon. Still kind of working out the details. I got the trailer coming in about 2 days. getting things lined up. Got my new pit, new to me pit. Um, and this is a venture that I've always been passionate about doing.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm honest, man, it's something that I've always been scared of. I heard a quote said that if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. But I think it's time to venture out and do what I love to do. And if I wasn't forced to do that, then I probably wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about it, but that's kind of where I'm at now. Getting all this, getting my ducks in a row, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
My T's crossed, my I's dotted, things like that. So
Beautiful, beautiful, and then just like that, J&A Barbecue is born.
yep, yeah. So I went with J&A because my wife's name is Anna. So it just kind of made sense.
Yep.
And I wanted to honor her as much as I can. Just for everything that she's done for me, and having been by my side for the last 25 years. I know if there's going to be one person, regardless of what I go through, that's by my side in this venture, as scary as it might be and as exciting as it will be, is going to be her. So that's where the J&A comes from.
Yeah, and a lot of that is, pretty much all of us in barbecue, all our wives are more than supportive of everything we do, because like you said, what we do gets very involved. There's a lot of moving pieces, especially on the competition side of everything that goes on with that. And
there's a lot of times when I'm away from home.
Yeah.
And she holds the fort down and allows me to go do what I love to do, and supports me along the way. So, I think that just goes without saying. Got to include her in it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And like you said, the J&A, that's a fantastic tribute. And and I was lucky. I've known you through YouTube, 5-6 years now, and then obviously Anna popping in here and there. But finally last year, coming up on almost a year now, actually, pretty damn close, end of September, beginning of October. Finally got my ass down there. Finally got to meet you in person, and meet Anna in person, and you took me and the whole family out to a wonderful dinner, and we broke bread together, enjoyed the evening, and thank you so much for that.
I forgot about that part.
Matt's El Rancho, brother.
Yeah.
I didn't. That was a great dinner, brother.
I have a hard time remember what I did a couple of days ago, so you have to forgive me. But
that's fine.
I do remember. Yeah, it was a great time hanging out with you and the missus. And, the family. It was awesome.
That's it. It was awesome. Great food, great friends, great family. That's what it's all about. So you've gone stepping. I'm not going to say stepping out of your comfort zone, but like you had said, it's a scary venture that you're going into, and it's worth it. You have the ability, you have the knowledge, and you certainly have the passion and the drive for it. But like you said, you got the trailer coming in 2 days, so there was a lot of work. How long has the process been? Because obviously you can't just call up a place and have a trailer done in a week.
So let's see. So what forced me down this route was, after working 26 years at my job, being let go in May or June, somewhere right around there. I think the beginning of June, maybe. I had to figure out what was my next move, and it took I mean, almost instantly, like I knew what I wanted to do and started to look into it, to find the trailer and have it built out the way that I was looking or wanting. Surprisingly, it from the time I place order to the time I get it, it's only been not even 4 weeks.
Really?
So yeah, so it's moved fairly quickly,
Okay.
and then they built it from the ground up. So it wasn't one that they already had in stock. Uh, there's certain things in there I wanted it set up a certain way.
Yeah.
So that's actually moved fairly quickly, and uh, the rest of this process of like trying to find a permanent spot, getting all the permits I need, that's probably going to take me a little more time
Yeah.
as well. But all that is underway, and I'm hoping to be up and running before the end of the year. Um, Definitely, I should be before the end of the year. Another month, maybe.
Perfect.
Yeah. So everything has moved surprisingly quickly. I mean, I thought it would take a whole lot longer, quite honestly.
Yeah.
But it's moved fairly quickly.
So everything
So
seems to be falling
I'm
right
all
into
in.
place.
Cashed out my life savings, and I don't have a backup plan. I got one plan, and
Yeah.
I have no choice but to make it work. So
Yeah. And I know when we were talking the other day, and you thought about obviously this venture, and you've done it smart from the get go on building a clientele, if you will, a customer base. Because the past however long on social media, you'd be cooking on the weekend. Hey,
right.
I have this available. I have this amount of pork butts available. I have this many racks of ribs. If you'd like to order some, let me know. I need the orders by Thursday, Friday, the latest. You've been doing that every weekend, every week. And you're getting you steady people coming back. So you're building that relationship with people. So when you're ready to go, people are gonna start showing up, and then it goes from there.
Yeah, so I've worked the last probably a couple of years building up that clientele, and everyone to a T has said the same thing. When are you going to open up your own place?
Yeah.
I got some people that will only buy it from me. Um, so it's been uh, it's been some work in building up that clientele, getting people to trust me.
Yeah.
But I think I put out good enough product that it just keeps pulling back, and that's why I'm constantly getting asked, when are you going to do your own thing? Let us know. We'll be there. We'll support you. Uh, I've been doing that for the last couple of years, and I'd like to say that I've got a pretty good following, or clientele base built up. Not just with friends and family, but some companies that I deal with that every year always come to me for their big events. So it's taken some work, but it's definitely been worth it.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I gotta hear this story because I'm just fascinated with it. Because like I said, I jumped in on the tail end of this story when you had gone live last. You got new smoker, or a new to you smoker, to obviously cook everything on. And what kind of smoker is it? How big? All that stuff. Let's
So
start there.
it's a 250-gallon offset smoker on a trailer already, and I've been looking for a while. I mean, longer even longer than I thought about taking on this venture. And, I just never found the right one. And this smoker that I found, I actually got from Alex, who is a Fiesta, bonus Fiesta rep in my area. He had it. And so the story behind it is that this is the same pit that John Mueller from the Mueller family. If you know anything about Texas barbecue, you know Louis Mueller.
Yep.
They're the cathedral of barbecue in Texas. The daughter started La Barbecue. Then you have Wayne running Mueller's Barbecue, and then of course John was running. He had a few different ventures, but he used that to start up his business. And then I don't know how it got from him, but it got from him to John Brotherton's from Brotherton Backyard, or Brotherton's Black Iron Barbecue in Pflugerville, Texas, which is another top joint in the state. He started off with this pit. And I think with Alex and just all his connections, catering to or serving so many restaurants and barbecue joints, and he just had those connections in place where he was able to acquire it from John Brotherton. And because of some circumstances, he had to put it up for sale, and I jumped on it. So this pit has a lot of history, especially when it comes to Texas barbecue. So and you know what, this pit is so old that I don't even know what kind it is. Like, it's not a back line. It's not a Centex. I mean, there's no plate on it. There's no VIN on it. Like, it goes back quite a while. But I'll tell you what, man, I fired that thing up a couple days ago, and she cooks amazing. And I say she because I also named her after my wife. My wife's name is Anna Ruth. So I had Ryan from Backline Fabrication make some modifications to it. He added a folding stack to it, added some extra shelves on the inside, and I had him put a nameplate on it, and of course named it after my wife, so got her name real big on the back of it. And then he just did some more smaller cosmetic work on it. It just looks so much better now after Ryan got a hold of it. But 250 gallon, which I think for me starting out is plenty enough. So that's how I got the pit, and some of the history behind it, which is I want to say that because of that history that I'll never get rid of this pit at this point. But I also learned never to say never, right?
Oh yeah.
But she'll be with me for a while.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. And now, like you said, you really don't know how old it is. And I know, obviously talking to you and talking to Ryan, and I saw some of the pictures y'all posted. We don't know how old it is. Now, what kind of shape was it in? Obviously Ryan did the stack, which that foldable stack, that's a game changer right there. That makes things a hell of a lot easier. Now, did he do like a once over on it? A couple little repair things, or is it just still in great working order, and you really did some simple cosmetics and some additions to it?
So it was actually in great shape. I couldn't believe how great of a shape it was in. There were so I just had Ryan do some smaller fabrications to it, aside from I guess the main one being the fold down stack, and it didn't have top rack, so I had to put those in. But the firebox, if you look at it, it had holes that I'm assuming it's supposed to be vents that were cut out, that you could tell just looking at it, like that's no current pit builder would have done that. That had to have been done years ago.
Yeah.
So I just had them add some vents to that to kind of help me tweak the airflow a little bit. But I was, when I went to look at it, man, I was really surprised at how great of a shape it was in. It probably would have ran just as fine if I didn't have Ryan do any of those modifications to it. But the smokestack was a little too high for my liking, and I wanted to put my little touches on it. So he really just did, small cosmetic work to it. I mean, it was in great shape already. So I was really surprised.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, like I said, I was excited because, obviously I knew you were busy, and we don't go live as often as we used to. And so when I got the notification you were live the other night, I'm like, oh, beautiful. So I turned it on and I caught the end of that. But man, Mueller's and Brotherton's. That is, like you said, that's a lineage right there for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Especially, I mean, when you look at which pitmasters came out of the Mueller family, or off of the Mueller tree, if you will, it's just a who of Texas barbecue, so it's kind of like, I don't know, I guess Bill Belichick and all his assistant coaches have gone on to do great things, or Bill Parcells or Lombardi, and all their assistant coaches have gone on to be great coaches. His lineage is just all the coaches from their trees, like that family. If you know anything about Texas barbecue, I mean, you just say the name and everyone, at least everyone in the state, knows who you're talking about.
For sure. And just to think of how much world-class barbecue has been produced on that pit is absolutely amazing. So you were saying, now the trailer's coming in a couple days. You already have the smoker, so now you're going to deal with the oh so wonderful paperwork. Now, how does it work in Texas? Is it like one umbrella, or do you have to kind of figure out where you want to go, and the requirements vary from county to county?
Yeah, so it from what I've been able to find out, is it varies from county to county, or city to city, if you will. There are some places I will not go, like in Austin. I will never be set up there, just because, I think they have their umbrella requirements, and then cities can go on and add on to that.
Okay.
So it varies, depending on where you're at. That's just what I've been able to tell so far. Other people who have been in business longer might have a better idea, I'm sure, of that. But what I've seen, in fact, I know, because when I was in El Paso, I wanted to go work over with Brother Joe from Smoker Joe's Pit Barbecue, and looking at part of his setup and knowing what some of the requirements are in Austin, they weren't the same. And if his trailer was in Austin, there's no way they would have passed it.
Okay.
Not that his trailer is like all jacked up, but I noticed some of the things that they require in Austin that he didn't have, and he's still able to operate, in El Paso. So it varies from city to city. I did see that there is a umbrella, if you will, But some cities can tack on to
Can
that.
tack on to it, yeah.
You know.
Which that's where it gets, interesting. It's like, well, I thought I had it all covered. Well, we do
Yeah.
it this way. It's oh, damn it, But that's awesome. Like you said, I'm excited for you. Have you got into thinking of, the menu right off the bat, or a couple ideas, or starting small and then adding as I guess the comfort level evens out?
Yeah, so it's funny you mentioned that because I was just telling my wife today that I pretty much finalized the menu yesterday. I am thinking about adding on to it a little bit, but what I don't want to do is I don't want to come out of the gates and have a whole list of items. I want to have a few items and be really good at those, but those few items be the traditional meats you would find at a barbecue joint: brisket, ribs, turkey, chicken, and sausage.
Yeah.
With those things, I could do so much with them. Um, so I actually pretty much finished the menu yesterday. Um, it's as far as everything I want there. Again, some smaller things that I might add, but I don't want to come out of the gate with too many things and be mediocre at everything and maybe really good at just a couple of them.
Yeah.
I want to be really good at everything that I start off with, and then build from there.
Yeah.
Like I want to do a brisket taco, but I think I'm going to leave that off for now, and then add it on later. And same thing with a couple of desserts. Leave them off for now, then add them later. But the items that I do start off with, I want to make sure that I'm really good at those items, and that more important that I'm consistent. I nothing I love more, man, than going to a barbecue joint or my favorite restaurant, even if it isn't barbecue, knowing that if I order one item and each time I come back, this is going to be the same. Yeah. And I never, one day it's really good, one day it's really bad. I want to be consistent in everything that I do. So it'll be a smaller menu to start out with, and I'm gonna kind of let the public dictate a little bit on when I make that move to start adding more items. If I'm able to stay consistent and they constantly keep coming back, then I'll start adding to it. But it's pretty much set, with your main proteins, and then I'll just go from there.
Beautiful, brother. Beautiful. Like I said, I'm so freaking excited for you. I got all the faith in the world. You're setting your mind. You seem to have it in a controllable state right off the bat, not overwhelming yourself with everything, but the right state of mind to build towards the future, and but like the best thing was let it be consistent and perfect with what you do at the beginning, and then go from there. That consistency is definitely the key on it, and you got it, brother. I know it. I know it.
Bed. I'll lay down in bed, and this is not an exaggeration. I will lay there 2 hours, 3 hours, just thinking of the menu, thinking of the cooking process. Okay, I'm gonna need this. I need to. It's when I say it's on my mind 24/7. It's on my mind 24/7. It's something that I'm constantly. Okay, well, if I do this, I'm gonna need this.
Yeah.
Or I think I'm gonna need this. No, I'm really not. I'm really not gonna need that. I get a lot of information from Brother Joe when I went out there a couple weeks ago, which I'm really appreciative of. Giving me the opportunity to come in and kind of experience what it's all about. And just talking to him and learning from some of the mistakes that he made early on, and then just talking to a few other friends that have gone down this route as well, getting their knowledge. I'm not going to go into this thing thinking I know it all. There's a lot of people with a lot of knowledge that have come before me, and I'd be a fool to not take their knowledge and implement it, in what I'm doing. So.
Yeah, and like you said, the fact that Brother Joe, I can pretty much say the conversation. Hey, is it possible? Come on out. Let's go. Let's work. Come in. We'll work together. I'll show you the ropes. A day or two, however much you want. That's pretty much how the conversation went, because that's how we all are with each other. Always willing to help each other, and especially with Joe. Has, it's been going great for him, and, to be able to pass on what he's learned and, some of the mistakes he's made. Hey, if you're thinking about doing this, don't do it. And here's why. Because I've heard him on Barbecue Central, going through his quarterly journey since when he first started, and it's I wouldn't have had this fryer. I want to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Or I would have put that type of thing. But to be able to reach out to somebody and ask, hey, what do you think about this, and have them, no holds barred, go, don't do this, don't do that. Think about doing this, definitely do this, kind of put you a little bit of ahead of the learning curve.
Yeah. And, it's some of this goes back to my wife, and that when I made, or when I thought about, going out there, a couple things. One, I told him that I don't want you to pay me. I'm not coming out there to make any money. I'm just coming out there to gain knowledge.
Yeah.
And of course, he paid me in food, but I had to wash dishes to get that.
Yeah, that's all right though.
And two, it was my wife and I's 24th wedding anniversary. So for her to be willing to say, okay, for our anniversary, we're going to hop in a car and we're going to drive 9 hours just so you could get some experience. And, most of the time I was at the trailer and she was with Joe's wife.
Yeah.
I don't know too many wives that would say, I know it's our anniversary, but you go do what you want to do, or you feel like you need to do because she knew that it was going to benefit me in my venture.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Joe was like, dude, come on, stay at my house. And even to this day, I just talked to him yesterday. Yeah. He's like, if you ever have any questions, call me. And so I talked to him yesterday. I had some questions about some things, and he's been extremely, extremely helpful. I'm just really appreciative for him allowing me to come out there. And I was kind of in the way because it's him, his brother, and another employee. And, we're all big guys, right? And there's not a whole lot of room in there. And so I'm constantly in the way. But, he didn't care, man. Because he knew that it was an opportunity for me to learn and just to hang out. So it was a great experience,
For
and
sure.
I'm truly appreciative to him for that.
Awesome, brother. Well, man, like I said, I appreciate you taking the time. I didn't, would do anything I can do, to help get the word out. Obviously now that you are going down this road and starting this venture of, J&A barbecue, and when everything's ready to go on live, you let me know, and we'll do it again. We'll set up another show, tell you where some of the spots you might be at. But with all the name changes and everything, where's all the social media handles now?
So I'm trying to align them all. I think I'm going to switch them all to J&A, even the YouTube part. Although this time I'll make a video explaining the name change. I meant to make a video when I changed it from Everclear to Texas-Made Smokers, and I never did a video. And I'm commenting on people's stuff, and like they're not commenting back. Like Brother Choi, for example, I'm like, damn, is this guy pissed at me? But he didn't recognize the new logo and everything.
Yeah.
So I did a really crappy job, I'll admit, in letting people know. But I made that change because I was trying to align. So I made that change before even considering this venture. But I wanted to, since that was my new competition name, I was trying at that point to align all social media. So my YouTube, my Instagram, all under that name. But I will be switching. I'll either switch it or just start anew. But I'll have a business Facebook page and Instagram set up under the J&A, and because I do still plan on doing some competitions, not as many, but some that I may just change the whole YouTube name also, so it's just everything
lined up. Perfect.
So.
All right. So right now, keep looking at Texas-Made Smokers.
Yeah. Absolutely. I would say if people want to find me, they can find me under that on Instagram and YouTube.
All right, brother. Yeah. Well, best of luck to you. You got this.
Appreciate you, brother.
Anything I can do to help you out, let me know. This just means I'm going to have to make another voyage down to Texas.
There you go.
Okay, fine. But, man, I appreciate you. I love you. Give all the best to Anna. Give Dallas a little pat on the head for me.
He's been right here.
And how about them Cowboys?
Hey. God love America's team.
All right, brother. I appreciate it. Hang on 1 second,
Thanks for
brother.
having me.
No worries. Awesome, Chrissy.
Another great guest.
Absolutely. He's going to do great. He's going to do great. The knowledge and the passion alone.
Yeah.
Got plenty. I'm fully confident he's going to succeed in everything
Especially
he does.
Especially if he makes
that
video.
That's right. All right. Well, I don't exactly know what that next week is going to be because that's still technically 2 weeks ahead.
Yeah.
But I'll work
It'll
on
be
it.
good, whatever it is,
yes,
I'm
I got
sure.
a couple flyers out there right now. But that's it for this week, folks. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Catch the audio wherever podcasts are found. Catch the video on Facebook, YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell. You have all the episodes right at your fingertips. Find all the social media links listed down below. Questions and comments, please send them to Pit Life BBQ Podcast at gmail.com. And like always, subscribe, like, rate, and review. Hit that share button. And until next week, keep the smoke rolling.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.